All right, guys, we're back for game three of the SMJ versus LawnGnome Battle for the Century. Should be a good game, I think. We'll have to see what each player pulls out.
All right, so we have our third game of this best of three set on Ohana, and our players are LawnGnome up in the top left position, Victor of our game two with a beautiful Colossus Immortal push, and in the bottom hand position, we have SMJ.
That's right. It's gonna be a pretty epic game, I think.
Mm-hmm. Yep,
You
both
know what?
players.
If SMJ goes for another four gate, well, it'll be interesting. But there's no pylon in the main right now.
Yeah, exactly. Nope, that sneaky probe went up. Yeah, SMJ is just gonna go chuck down. I'll either proxy his forge and cannon rush, or yeah, drop down two gates and run zealots up into his main.
Either way, this could be deadly. Both players are talking. Maybe SMJ is trying to lure LawnGnome into false sense of security, believing he's macroing and not cheesing him down here in the third base area.
Yeah, well, that is a trick that a lot of people use on ladder when they want to cheese. Just get people thinking about chatting up, letting their APM and their macro slip.
And
So,
I mean, this could be deadly. I mean, if LawnGnome doesn't see this in time, I mean, it could be game over right then.
yeah, and he scouted. He scouted on 13 after gate. So yeah, probe scout's just moving down. But all he's going to see is a Nexus and probes with nothing else.
And there's the second gate dropping down. And you know what? This will be interesting to see if what LawnGnome does after he sees that there is absolutely nothing in
No,
the main.
he sees the first pylon go down, or he sees the pylon go down in SMJ's base and nothing else. He sees the chrono boost go, so he knows something's up.
I wonder what
But
that
he's
little
not
girl
really.
would just be thinking right there.
He's not really reacting to it. He trucks down his cyber and just is going to continue with a normal build instead of. He needs to either be chucking down a forge or getting out a second gate to get out zealots quickly.
Yeah.
All right, there goes the forge. And SMJ's first zealots running up the ramp. Unfortunately, it's on a move command, so Lon gets the first hit. And it looks like Lon's going to try to wall up his ramp with a pylon to buy a little bit of time.
Yeah, you know what? That's probably the smartest thing you can do here. At least delay for as long as you can.
Yep, and SMJ's got three zealots out. And LawnGnome's one hero Bob's going to get one kill before dying and just holding off those two zealots just shortly. But he's going to have to fight with probes. SMJ's immediately going to try to target fire down that pylon, which is good because right now that's the only thing powering the cannons, his cyber, and his gateway. Well, fortunately, he's going for probes, and Lon's just microing his probes and buying enough time to let those cannons get up.
And if he lets those cannons get the up, it could be interesting to see where the game goes.
He's gonna hold. SMJ wasted too much time chasing probes. The forge is probably going to go down, but it doesn't matter now because he's got two cannons up. He's almost got warp gate done. And yeah, cannons are getting free hits on the zealots. Like, there's a lot of zealots in the base, but they're really not going to be able to do much because of the probes and cannons.
Yeah, those cannon placements were actually really well. They blocked the top and the bottom mostly.
He's going to try to get the cyber before warp gate, but the cyber's in range of the cannons, so they're just going to do all kinds of damage. And he backs
one chrono
off.
And that would be out.
Yep, and he doesn't get it in time. Warp gate's done. I think Vaughn is going to lose the cyber, but he got what he needed out of it. He'll probably throw down another one in a safer place so he can get stalkers. SMJ is doing the smart thing. He's taking his gas, got his cyber core, and another gate at home, so he's going to try to macro out of it.
I'd be interested to see since LawnGnome does have a probe at his third. If he takes it down, you know what? He may be able to sneak into the main and get a proxy in the main actually, because I mean he just dropped a gateway down and it's got a zealot rallied all the way across the map. So I mean it'll be interesting to see if he could take that down and drop a proxy pylon. It could turn the tides on this game.
Yeah, SMJ did poke back up there a little bit to see if he could, excuse me, do any more damage, but that was, there's 3 zealots out for Gnome, and he has the support of 2 cannons. He's warping in a sentry now, so yeah, the aggression from SMJ is pretty much done.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what he transitions into from here. He does have a gate and another gate building at home with the cyber core, but I wonder if he's just gonna go pure gateway and just try to end the game early.
Yeah, I don't know. All right, so Lon's moving down. Going to try to pick off these zealots, eliminate the proxy. And that's a key thing too. When you get proxy gated, you want to immediately be able to go out and kill the proxy. But there's enough zealots down there that SMJ is going to clean up Gnome's forces.
Yeah.
But with micro, the stalker can just kite around the zealots all day and just get free hits and never get touched.
Yeah, I mean, from LawnGnome's first force field to those pickups with the Phoenix, I mean, I don't know. I don't know where his micro's at right now. I'm kind of confused if he's like top 3 or like bottom 3 right now.
Yep. Yeah, I think Lon's just gonna 4-gate and try to clean up what SMJ has and then get aggressive because he hasn't taken his second gas yet. And yeah, just 4 gates down.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see. I mean, there's no sentries out again. I mean, 1 force field and that the aggression's pretty much held off right there again.
Yeah. Well, he's safe though because again, he can run in, do some damage, and then run back to his cannons because SMJ can't charge in there.
Yeah.
But it's kind of funny. We're back to like patch 1.3 PvP, 4-gate versus 4-gate.
You know what? I bet somebody's going to go DTs at the end of this, and I bet it's going to be LawnGnome, knowing that there's going to be no Robo. Or Robo just got dropped down, but, I mean, with half of his gates sitting at LawnGnome's third, I mean, you take those out, he's left with 2 gates and a Robo.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I think at this point now, with the force fields, he's got 4 stalkers, and all his units are full health. I think he's going to be able to walk down here and clean this up. Nice force field by SMJ, keeping the stalkers caught up front because they were horribly out of position.
LawnGnome dropped a couple good ones as well.
Unfortunately, like all it did was keep the stalkers back. It didn't really trap anything in. Whereas SMJs were able to trap all 4 stalkers and essentially got 4 free kills. So LawnGnome does sacrifice.
Yeah, that pylon. I mean, if he wants to repower, he's gonna have to bring a probe all the way from home. That's a big deal in the production right there.
Yep, and he's decided not to. And yeah, SMJ's dedicated. He's got a probe rallied up to drop down 2 pylons now, but now it's 4-gate to 2-gate, and if hopefully Lon's micro flicks with force fields, he can clean all this up.
Pops the Guardian Shield, little interesting.
Yeah.
Oh,
if he would have had the energy, it would have been nice to be able to force field the stalkers up in there. Yeah. Yeah, he gets the probe, stalkers are out. There he goes. The force field's down, trapping SMJ's units in. Yeah, he's set on keeping those 2 gateways powered, but I think at this point, with the force that LawnGnome has, it's a lost cause.
Yeah, I think you're right on that point. There is that DT shrine coming up right about now. That'll be interesting to see because he does have the cannons in his main.
Oh, you were wrong. It's SMJ going for DT rather than
That's
Gnome,
right, it
which
is
is
SMJ.
yeah. Well, it's kind of a smart move because he did scout that there what last he checked there was no robo up there. First DT is warping in. We'll see if it gets there in time to prevent Lawn from getting out an observer.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see if what happens kind of going on with this game. Is he gonna end up transitioning into Archons? Because he does have that Twilight down. If he goes charge a lot Archon, I mean, I don't know what Gnome's gonna be able to do.
Yeah, Milan's gonna push up just and try to be aggressive against SMJ while he's and buy some time to get his expansion up and defended. Um, but I think those DT are going to be a huge game changer since he has no odds down there yet.
I mean, just one cannon would let him know at least they're there and be able to pull all of his probes, save some of them.
Yeah, fortunately, LawnGnome's expansion's defended against the DTs with the two cannons. But what I'm worried about is his army.
Yeah,
He sees the shimmer and just immediately says, "Heck with that! I'm going home."
So,
Yep.
it'd be interesting to see. Like, is SMJ gonna take an expansion? I mean, he has to soon.
Yeah, he's almost mined out in his main. It's going to last a little bit longer because he lost all those probes trying to reset up his proxies and hasn't put them back. So, looking at unit, yeah, it's 20 probes to 38. So he's behind significantly economically. And as soon as that observer comes out for LawnGnome, he's going to be in an awesome shape.
Yeah, and I mean, if I think from there, if the observer comes out quickly, and if he wipes that army out, you know what?
Oh yeah, he's got two obs on the map now. He's pumping out immortals. Unfortunately, I think he lost most of his army to the DTs. I'm not really seeing on the map anymore. No, okay, there. No, it's SMJ's force. All right, so yeah, that was a
yeah. Go
huge
ahead.
army that LawnGnome kind of threw away to the DTs. But again, it's just buying time to get obs out.
Yeah, and with him having that extra nexus, I mean, the worker count is just crazy, and he's just gonna have so much more economy to be able to pump more units out. It's just gonna be ridiculous.
Yep. And SMJ is just going pure DT. He's got 10 of them on the field, and he's not merging them into Archons. So he's thinking
Would
that
be interesting if he doesn't decide to warp him into Archons, or if he's just gonna leave him in the Dark Temple armor.
yeah, it's pure DT, which to a point, DT will get to a critical mass where even if you can see them, they can just kill you because their DPS is so high. Running up the map right now, is Long going to be able to force field this off? Force field's out about half the army, but the DPS on those DT is just so much.
Yeah, it really is, and I don't think there's much you can do about saving this expansion now.
Yeah, Expo's going to go down. DT just tear through that Nexus so fast. Oh, and he force fields trapping a lot of his probes down there. There is a Colossus out, so that might be a game changer.
It could be. You know what? It'll be interesting to see. Kind of. Well, that was another good force field there by LawnGnome. You know what? I think he's moving up. Like, I think he actually is top 3. I think that first one was just a kind of a fluke.
Yeah, he needs to be careful with the Colossus, though, not to get it down into danger. But fortunately, he can just bounce that thing up and down the cliff. Extended Thermal Lance is almost done, so he's going to have... He'll just be able to force field the ramp and pick off units indefinitely.
And I mean, there just comes a time where SMJ can't afford it anymore.
And SMJ is very all in with this. He hasn't expanded behind this. He wants to end the game. Unfortunately, LawnGnome's force field game stepped up this game. He's doing a beautiful job of just cutting the army in half and picking them off. He's now got 2 Colossus out on the field.
And I'm not sure what SMJ is trying to do right now. I mean, he doesn't have an expansion up. I don't understand why. I mean, he's all in, and he should know that by now.
Lawn
But I
Gnome's
guess he is
mined
going to try
out.
to expand.
Yeah, Lawn Gnome's completely mined out, and he doesn't have the minerals for a Nexus. So Lawn's just saying, "All right, I'm going all in," pulling his entire probe
Oh,
line.
long distance miming, taking them all. Does
Yeah,
he?
he's
Yes,
got.
he does have an observer
Yep,
too.
and I think he has two obs with them. SMJ is finally realizing he needs to expand, but he's out of minerals for an army, and he's just got everything that Lawn Gnome owns walking down to his base.
And all he's
And
got to
those
do is put
probes,
those
if
probes
he
up front,
uses
and then it's over.
and if he hold position micros the probes to create a wall off, it's just going to be this insane meat shield. Archon's morphing into, Archons are morphing, but by the time they come out, the probes have
Yeah.
absorbed all the damage, and there's the GG by SMJ.
You know what? That was pretty interesting. I did enjoy that Lana just decided, you know what? Like I'm all mined out in my main. Why don't I just take him with me? No need to long distance.
Yep. Yeah, I think he made the right choice right there. Just saying, all right, we're in all in.
You know what? I think that's about right too. I think you know what. There comes a point in the game where you're just like, you know what? I have enough probes that he can't handle them, and you just bring them all.
Yep. All right. Well, we're going to take a short break and come back with another set.